I am so excited to contemplate about sharing with you about creating because we know that if we were to read any of Harry Lorayne's books, our saw would be much sharper for memorizing and remembering. That said, we know if we read any of Robert Fritz's books, our saw for cutting through on creating, I like that, the double C, cutting through on creating would be much sharper. So since most people don't have to, don't need to, aren't required to memorize, but most people are interested in sharpening their saw for creating, hey, good thing I didn't move it too far away. I thought let's start with one of Robert's, or here's the three choices we have. We could, my favorite all-time Robert Fritz book, which I love, come on. Oh, I put them all in order. I think I have the order correct. I'm kind of guessing here. Robert's The Path of Least Resistance, followed by Creating. I like the title, this one, much better for Creating. I hope Robert republishes and puts it out with this title. I believe then Corporate Tides, The Inescapable Laws of Organizational Structure. Then I think The Path of Least Resistance for Managers came out. Then my all-time favorite book, Your Life as Art, by Robert Fritz, author of The Path of Least Resistance. Then I believe it was a managerial moment of truth, co-written with Mr. Bruce Bodakin. I believe that's how he pronounces it, Bodakin. Then I believe Robert put out Elements, the writings of Robert Fritz. And now a book I have not yet read, which has been out for a while, Identity. Why it doesn't matter what you think about yourself. That's kind of scary. Robert Fritz and Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, otherwise known as Dr. Apple. So, out of the choices, if I can put this puzzle back together. There we go, kind of. We could, way down here, Your Life as Art. Tomorrow we start. Maybe with Your Life as Art, my favorite book. Or do we go into the mystery? I've not yet read anything, not even anything, about Robert's book, Identity. Why it doesn't matter what you think about yourself. The ego often gets a way of creating, so possibly identity will help us to better understand the ego and how to bypass always needing to be perfect, always needing to be correct, always needing to be whatever. So possibly we'll know more about the ego, I'm not sure. Or book number 3, my book, Why School Sucks, Teaching America's Students How to Memorize and How to Create. I believe the most important book in the history of public education, possibly all education. But that's for you to judge. That's for you to decide. That's for you to read, hopefully someday. So which of these 3 should we read together and study together? I'm open to suggestions. I definitely know this one inside and out, but I haven't reread it for at least 2 years. I'd like to reread my writing. Robert's book, Your Life as Art, is the most incredible book. So succinct in the creative process, so easily to understand, I would hope for all of us to be able to help each other understand even better, to sharpen our creative saw. Or do we go into mystery land? I'd kind of like to go this direction. Identity. I'd like to read this book, but please let me know. Like, comment, share, send me an email. Russell@createwhatmatters.com or Russell@createk12change.org. Often I hear people share their vision with me. And then I think, yeah, but I've heard that vision for quite some time now. Do you understand the creative process to bring that vision into current reality? And then I check myself. What is my vision? And am I able to bring it into current reality? I got a big vision. Here we go. If my vision's fuzzy, by sharing it publicly, hopefully I will get some feedback to help me to refine. If my vision's clear, then I hope others choose to participate. So I don't need these glasses for my vision. Isn't this a great picture here, this dude? Yep, let's hit that target a little bit tighter by studying and reading together. So my vision, that all children, all teenagers, all adults, all parents, all teachers, all assistant teachers, all principals, all assistant principals, all school board members, all superintendents of school boards, all congressmen, congresswomen, senators, governors, presidents understand the need, the necessity, the requirement, and the urgency of teaching our children how to memorize so they do not default, how to memorize before we ever tell children what to memorize, to teach our children how to create so they do not default to living their lives as a problem to be solved. I think I hit every word. I flubbed just a little bit there. So that's my vision. Now, can Russell do that all on his own? No, I think not. But in the creative process, what kicked in for me for more of a next best action step is I don't want to give up sharing with you. I hope you choose to learn, but in a more incubator, my feet in reality with students is one school, I'm not sure if it's junior high or senior high, where I can connect with the principal, because that is the head of the school. I'm not forcing myself in anywhere. Might be a school board that directs me. I'm not sure about that. Might be the superintendent of public education may direct me to a school. Maybe the charter organization might say, hey, direct me towards a school. Can't really be don't need to be at a whole bunch of schools, but one school. That's more of that next action step for where I believe I should go in the creative process. So, which book will help me to better know how to create my vision, to bring that vision into reality? That all will know, all will understand the need, the urgency, I think I missed a word, the requirement of teaching our children how to memorize before we ever tell them what to memorize, about teaching our children how to create so they do not live their lives as a problem to be solved. Well, and boy, you can kind of get both of these in one book. Why School Sucks, teaching our children how to memorize and how to create. So I prefer to dive into identity. I'm a little nervous about that. What if it sucks? What if we don't enjoy it? What if I took us down the wrong path? Well, it's Robert Fritz. I don't think I should probably lay that fear aside for the sake of both of us. So anywho, vote, comment, share, send me an email. Man, I'm excited about starting tomorrow. Do we start tomorrow? We got to make the decision tomorrow, and then we start the next day. So we make the decision tomorrow. Yeah, in the creative process, we take those action steps as quickly as we can. So otherwise, I'm heading for identity. Won't you join me, please, so we can sharpen our saw? What was the CC again? Whatever. So we can sharpen the saw. Someday, we really should go back over here for the memorizing, and that one that I want to go after next is remembering people. Because for most of us, we don't have to memorize phone numbers anymore. Thank God for that one. Thank cellular phone people for that one. And the next thing on the list of having to remember, memorize and remember people's names. That still is part of the, where there's the most pressure for needing to memorize and remember. So I'm looking forward to that one. But let's start over here. So please let me know. Man, over and out. Hope everything came through. I didn't do a whole lot of pre-production, so. Good night.